Welcome everyone to part 8, Automating Smoothing, Training, Predicting, and Plotting. So in this video, we're going to complete this exercise, which asks us to use the smooth train model, get daily predict, get cumulative predict, and plot prediction functions to build a model and plot it. So we're going to be using all of these functions, which we just created, except for smooth, to automate all of the processes and all of the tasks that we've done up to this point in the course. So what this function will return is an array of the fitted parameter values, an array of the daily predicted values as a 2-item tuple. So there will be a start date in here, so that will allow us to select the beginning of the modeling period. So we're not going to model necessarily all the way from the first day. And if you read in the parentheses, the reason for this is that it'll be helpful when you want to model new waves. So, after some time, there will be new waves of cases, and we don't necessarily want to use the very, very beginning. We want to try to find where these new waves have started and begin like a new model from there. Okay, so this is a pretty big function, or at least the documentation has all of these parameters, but these are essentially all the things that get passed into all the underlying functions. So this is sort of a mega function that is composed of all these other little functions which we already defined. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go directly to the solutions, and it's essentially just calling one function after the other after the other. So here's the predict all function in the solutions, and if you go down here, and it's given some series of data, right? These are the cases. What it's going to do is, and the last date is the last training day, it's going to call the smooth function. So it's going to smooth the data. There's one little note here that we will be, moving the start date up to whatever is given. And then it's going to call that train model function, which will find the model parameters. So instead of passing in the actual data, we're going to be passing in the smooth data. We're going to get the number of training days. We're then going to call that get daily prediction function. This is the one we just defined just above. Then we're going to call the get cumulative prediction. So that requires to know the very last value. That's why we have to do this line right above here. And then lastly, we will plot the original and the cumulative together with a particular title, and then we'll return what was requested, which was the fitted parameters and then the daily predicted values. So it's really just calling every function that we've created before in the course. So smooth, then train model, then get daily prediction, then get cumulative prediction, and then plot prediction. So 5 of these functions are called pretty much in a row, and there's a couple areas where we need to get, another input, and that's what we do. So that's this function right there. Just combines all of them together. So let's go ahead and run this from here. So we've created this mega function. I'm going to pass it in everything that it needs, and we're just going to model from the beginning right now. I'm going to say 15 points to smooth. We're going to use our simple exponential growth as our model. The bounds are here for the parameters, p naught. We're just going to guess 1 and for each of the parameter values. And let's go ahead and run this. So yeah, you get the plot, you get the parameters, and you get the daily predictions. Okay, so that is this function predict all, which automates the smoothing, training, predicting, and plotting.